be a little timid until no. You don't know where Fiddle is. You don't want to walk into a shutdown. Yes, it is. Okay, so what's your goal of the game?
My goal is actually to reach diamond, like elo goal. Overall,
Yes, elo goal.
I would dream of becoming a creator, actually.
Interesting. Okay. And what steps have you taken to do that?
Well, I've tried to get better at the game by watching, especially your videos and guides and all this stuff.
Sure.
And so far, I reached plat 3 this season. This is the highest I ever got, actually.
What, like, when you say you want to be a creator for this game, what exactly does that mean? Like, what do you envision? How do you envision it? Like, give me the scenario. Are you just playing? Are you making content? Like, what are you doing? Are you a fucking shoutcaster? Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I understand. I would love to be a streamer, actually, like streaming my gameplay.
Okay, so you want to get to a point where people want to watch you play. Fair?
Yeah, exactly.
I think our invade's fine. The starting hook is very good because they're pretty ranged. Okay, sit there, see what he does. Nice. Yeah, he's gonna W. That's why I was saying sit there in the bush. It's because of his W. Because if your team follows him, right? You could just kind of shadow. You could just shadow and just see what he does. And if he hops the wall, then you can go for the hook. And good swaps to sweeper, by the way. That's very good. I would go into the river bush. Just see. Or in lane bush. Either bush. Just ping it and get into one. I don't know if you get spotted or not. Okay, now you've definitely been spotted. But that's okay. Yeah. Ooh, good hook.
Oh,
I would think about sweeping that ward to your right. I'd sweep it. Now I'm just gonna play that bush like all game. I'm gonna be obnoxious. Who's their jungler again? I just don't want us to get fucked over by a gank. Fiddle? Oh yeah, we're just staying up on the lane. Yeah, we're staying up and just trying to hit hooks. You could even poke with your hook. You don't give a shit. Their gank's useless. Go ahead and try to poke with it. The fiddle gank is non-existent. Yep, pound tower, anything you can do. Like, just be obnoxious. Good, good. You want to shove really hard. Because the fiddle gank is pretty useless into this lane. You should try to save a stack for cannon next time, though. I don't like that stack usage.
Yeah, I thought I would have it up again.
It's okay, it's okay.
My bad.
Okay. Yeah, just keep shoving. You want to get them under tower. You really want to punish this pick. Nice. Good ignite. I think the idea was solid. He was like a frame from getting that kill. Yep, keep bonking tower. Yep. Good. Yeah, this is a really rough lane for them. I'd save a stack for the next wave. So next wave is cannon wave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, shove this next wave. Careful with the E usage. Oh, never mind. Fiddle's mid. You're fine. He wants to recall. Let's recall it. It's fine. Boots, a pink, and probably another pot just to be on the safe side. I want to keep our lane dominance. Yeah. What's going on up top there? You need to know. You need to know. And you're moving back to lane. I always keep leaving you guys on the chalkboard scene. I'm so sorry, guys. Jesus. You guys can yell at me in chat if I do that, by the way. If I don't swap scenes. I would try to encourage a slow push just by just last hitting. Hard shoving doesn't really do that much. And then what you also need to do is you need to try to see if you're allowed to. Don't fling out a hook versus LeBlanc here. This is garbage. When she's like open in the lane like that. I'd rather you, yeah, if you want to tease something, you can, but you need to ward first. Do not lose your pink. Don't lose your pink. Whatever you do. The pink is very valuable here. Now, on this next wave, you're going to push up confident. Graves is level 5. I don't think it's possible for Fiddle to be 6 right now, but we don't know. So what I would do instead here, yeah, if you're going to poke at them, play at you see the bottom of the lane and the top of the lane. Nice hook. It's a good attempt. Play to the right of the lane, not to the left. If you're going to go up to tower. If you want to bonk tower, that's fine. But get against the wall. Yes. That gives you maximum space. And also, it's harder for Vayne to condemn you. Good. He warded it, but the ward does not cover you. Let's just... okay, you see Fiddle? Check his level. It's good. Good. Okay. Check Fiddle's level real quick. Okay, you know you're clear to push, yeah. What we're after is we just want to make sure that if he hits 6, we know when he's 6, okay? This is very important. All right, I think I take a recall from Obies. The pink. Sweet. Buying 2 is a little early. Probably would hold off on that since they haven't even got rid of 1 pink yet.
Okay.
But you know, she might get rid of it. Uh-oh. Riven's going through it. Oh, well, there goes our pink. If you can sneak one into try, I would do it right now. Or you lose your pink. Nice. Now you have to guard it, though.
Yep.
Yep. Nice try. Good job. All right, so I'm gonna be a little timid until no. You don't know where Fiddle is. You don't want to walk into a shutdown. See, back up and lantern. I'm kind of glad you experienced that, so you could see the little macro moment there, right? You were walking up. That was basically why I have you like paranoid. Is Fiddle 6 yet? If you haven't seen him, you can't just be walking up into wave like that. Okay, you need to sit back and just give him lantern positioning. And also, you could just ping him off. You know.
Yeah, that was a perfect example.
It's okay. It's a good time. It's a good time to have it happen now when I'm watching, right? And we can go over like why I'm hyper aware that he can exist. Oof. It was an interesting all-in, but it's a decent attempt. Well, we can't get Fiddle ulted anytime soon. Let's go sweep river and then get some deep wards. That isn't roaming, so you're fine. Fiddle can't ult you right now. Just get a deep ward in the jungle. Another trick you can do versus Fiddle is you can actually throw a ward over the back of Gromp wall too with your Mobies. Whatever. Just take a recall. Just take a recall. It's fine. Look where you warded. It's fine. To your right. Direct right from that ward. Yes. Over the wall. You can dump a ward over that wall, and then Fiddle can't even lane yank you. No, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if I'm Fiddle, I do cheeky shit like that. Like I'd come all the way through mid or bot lane and try to come through bushes and shit. Because he knows if you push at a bad time, he's gonna get value. So he definitely wants to ult. So let's yeah, let's try to get some vision. Maybe a lane ward, which you already have one. He can still get around that ward by going under it. Yeah. Like behind it into alcove. See? Good. That's a good ward. And they can't see it that you put it there either.
Yeah.
Yeah, freeze is fine. You should never be walking up to the middle of the wave like that. You should just be lantern positioning until you know where Fiddle is. And once you know where he is, you can walk up and do what you want, you know? All right, you see him top, so feel free. Feel free to walk up and clear, sweep, and do whatever you want. It's your land now. There you go. Another deep ward in the spot you placed is probably good. Because that one's going to expire. Yeah. It's very likely he runs over it. And just go for the shove. You got 4 bottom. Let's find a hook if we can. It's a good timing. Okay, we get tower then. Just focus tower and give him lantern. Don't overplay. It's needless. All right, let's take a recall, my friend. Back up and take a recall. Ping them off. No need. Good work. Now, what am I thinking? So hold tab. So Riven is, I don't know if she trolled out or what, but we're going to go to top. Actually, hold on. When's dragon up? I could be misleading you. For 1 minute. Yeah, we're going to stay on drag. Yeah. Try not to show that pink ward in river. That's where I would sit probably. Like you can do some warding, but that pink ward in river looks really good to sit on and just chill. And just chill. There you go. Target ping him. Let him tell him to trade. Heavy trade. There go. Yep. Let's go ahead and bonk tower then. Just walk it out. It's fine. Now he can only do that once, so let's just push this in. And we're gonna probably just take 1 plate and drag, okay? Just 1 plate. You can give lantern positioning. That way the rotation's smoother to dragon. Don't worry about that. Yeah, fuck that. Go to bottom and get the XP.
Okay.
What's that? You were asking about a deep ward?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and just start recalling here. There's not much to do in their jungle right now, so I don't think it's necessary. So all right, so you hold tab and you think about when the next objective is coming. This guy wants to punch shutdowns. Yeah. All right, so we got our even shroud rush, which is good. That's a good item right now in this patch, by the way. That's a really good item.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, it's strong. It's like the only good item for engaged champs at the moment. It's pretty telling of the meta.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I'm gonna path up to try not to show and try to like clear this and then sneak up to Vayne and maybe look for some sort of play on. Again, that pink and river looks really juicy to me. Anytime I see wards like that, I like to run right at them and try to set up plays. And then I just target ping and try to sneak up as close as I can without showing. Yep. And just target ping. Be annoying. Like tell them to trade. Like be obnoxious. Yeah. I think you got out of that minion's vision. Yeah, you did. Nice. Now, Fiddle's coming, so you should be fine. Easy game. So, as you can see, a big way about my play style is all about just using vision, okay?
Yeah.
When you know that there's pinks and shit that you can use, that's what you should be focused on. I would just take a recall because you have even Shroud now. Preseason games are quality, man. Zeke's is fine. Nothing wrong with Zeke's. Yeah. You got some good carries for Zeke's. I'd probably be going on Graves, to be honest, if he's in fights with us. So wherever Fiddle is, you need to pay attention. Okay, nice try. If Fiddle's like, you see him, he was on Wolves. Wherever you see Fiddle, you need to try to ward for where he's at and just ping your team to like be careful from him, right? I think he's gonna be okay. There you go. So start moving that way and just kind of keep him contained with vision. Yeah. That way, when he goes to set up, you're gonna know exactly where he's ulting. There it is. Yep. Just go around to your Ornn now because he's fighting him. Akali doesn't need help. I mean, if she gets caught, it's on her. She sees everybody, right? So like, let's go up to Draven because technically, yeah. See, Fiddle's gonna go up there, so let's just go and contain. That way, anytime he ults, like we're gonna be able to help out. When's the next objective coming?
Okay.
So you should take a recall.
To get my woods.
Yep.
Yes.
Ping Draven off because he's gonna get Fiddle ulted. You already know. Should ping that. Oh no, Fiddle's bottom. Never mind. You went all the way back down there. I mean, to be fair, Akali kept pushing up anyways. Make a perimeter around Dragon and let's try to get it. They're gonna go for one more dash on the rift, so you might have to rotate over and give them a lantern. No, they're fine. Good. Okay, dope. So now we're sitting pretty, my friend. Let's get this free Drake. And just get us out of here. Make sure we don't get caught. I don't think we lose anyways. Now I'm just recalling, get ready for Baron. I just want to end the game quick. This game's a bit of a wash with Riven trolling. Yeah, you just lantern and leave. You don't have to. Okay, if they stomp, then we'll take towers then. All right, let's push. See, it's like really messy, right? Because we don't have a wave either. So, all right, let's take a recall then. And then just start assist pinging Baron like a psychopath. Literally just saw a video that was saying before I got into the call with you that the objectives can be pushed, like the Baron can be pushed at like 2 items on most junglers now. So all the more reason to rush it if you're winning. Maybe that's why the meta has felt snowbally too. I didn't even realize.
Could be.
Pay attention to where Fiddle is. Try to imagine where you would go if you were him. Because that's the guy you have to be. Okay, so he's not aware. He's not aware that we're doing this at all. Let's try it. All right. Not much to do except push, and I'm pretty sure Fiddle has no ult because he used it to fight a Kali top earlier. So it shouldn't be up for another 30 seconds or so. So you guys are free to probably end, and you just have to give lanterns and try to hit hooks, max range hooks. Sure. Nice try. Smooth. Smooth games. Smooth games in the coaching sessions for people the past couple days. All right. So now we got that first game out of the way. What am I telling you to do that's different from what you do normally?
A lot of things, but mostly the vision, the way I'm moving, and the way I get control over the enemy jungler.
Right. One thing I want to do before we get into this next game is I want to go over the Fiddle gank, okay? The one where I was kind of ahead of it. I was warning you about it in advance, right? So let's talk about this. So remember, up until this moment, I was like, yo, what level is this guy, right? He was 5 before. So now your brain needs to start shifting into, okay, where is he going to ult most likely? If you're Fiddle, right, you probably like the look of bot lane a lot. Because in general, you know, Fiddle, an ult onto 2 is better than an ult onto 1, right? I mean, just simple math, just a simple math game there, right? His ult is going to get more value in an AoE format than a single target format. So in most cases, Fiddlesticks players are naturally going to be inclined to go to bottom lane, right? That's just like an easy reminder, like just a simplified way to view this champion, right? Most fit junglers are just going to say bot lane has 2 people, could even have 3 people, so I'm going to go down there where my ult's going to get the maximum value, right? So you can't blame them for doing that. The next thing is, if you're Fiddle, do you really want to gank a Kali that bad?
No, it's not worth it. She's too mobile.
Very mobile. Like, you can kill her with a good gank, but she can also just get out a lot of the time, right? Which sucks. I'm not saying that it's a terrible gank for Fiddle to look mid. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, like, it's probably not as it's not as cut and dry as like 2 greater than 1, right? Same up here. Ornn, I mean, he can gank Ornn, but Ornn's pretty tanky. Ornn has no flash, so that is an option. But it's a bot lane meta. Dragons are down here. You know, lower elos people want dragons. And just as a rule of thumb, if I'm Fiddle and I, you know, wanted to gank bottom, I mean, we wouldn't have seen him setting up, right? Because of this shit ward. So if you go back in time, if this ward had been placed in the bush, you would have known. But I always play worst case scenarios in my head, right? So since I can't see this path, I assume he went the path, right? Since I can't see this angle, I assume he went this angle. There's no reason for him not to. It's not hard for him to avoid any of this vision, right? Because of that, that's why I'm like, all right, worst case scenario, he's probably sitting in the bush. So when you guys start pushing out, remember, we have been pushed all the way to our towers, so kind of view that as a vision reset on their side. That means that all this shit here can be now occupied. He could be here, 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 he could be there. I mean, he could literally be anywhere. Because this angle is open. So he could technically be anywhere here. So if he can be there, and it's probably his most likely gank, Fiddle player is going to take, right? We have to play preemptively. Watch this movement. This is where I said I don't like that. You're going to see it right here. You're going to walk up. I don't like this. Because you're in the line instead of just sitting back. And you should be pinging him off and just being like, hey, it's very likely there's a Fiddle here right now. Graves is on Dragon as well. So if Fiddle ganks you during this timing, you know, Graves now loses something for doing Dragon. You just want to... You're getting something right now. You're winning right now. Always remember this. You're winning at this moment. So as long as you don't do anything, you're inching ahead. We don't need a big win to win this game. There's no, like, evidence that we need to rush. All this making sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I just thought we would need to push because the Graves is doing Drake, and otherwise the Fiddle might rotate to Drake. Like, that was my thought behind that.
If the Fiddle rotates to Dragon, right? If he... Basically, if Graves is starting this without clearing it, and someone runs over and kills him, that's not your problem. However, if they had ran up river randomly, then pushing is fine. Or you just follow and give him a lantern.
Yeah.
Right? But you're just doing it. You're just doing it autopilot, right? You're just autopilot pushing here. At least that's how I view it. Because there's no reason to move. There's nothing telling me that you need to move right now. I would much rather you just sit back right here and either lantern positioning him, ping him off, and hope he doesn't walk into the wave. Because, by the way, your body language, this is the other detail that I always point out in coaching. Your body language incentivizes your ADC to move. So watch what I mean. Your ADC, it's like a morale boost when you walk forward, okay? So when you walk forward, watch. Your ADC is going to always feel like he can trade. If you're standing back here pinging him back, he's probably not going to sit up there.
That's true.
And if he does, after you ping it off, you don't flame him. You just ping him off once or twice, sit there. If he dies, you go, okay. And then you just walk up here, make sure he doesn't die too. And then just catch the wave. Make sense, make sense?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
My audio is good, guys.
Really helpful.
Someone in chat keeps complaining about audio. If my audio's fine, I'm gonna be annoyed. She keeps saying it's bugging. If it's not bugging, I'm gonna be pissed off. But yeah, that all tracks with me. Yeah, that's all I really wanted to cover here. It's a pretty simple game. You did a good job with the early levels, I think. Because all I wanted, see, like, you brought the sweeper early. All I wanted here is because, remember, if Fiddle is the jungler, then you're not going to get ganked, right? At least early. And if you do get ganked, it's not a very strong gank. It's not convincing. So since we know that, we really want to get those plates right away. And you did a pretty good job at this. Even looking at this lane phase, honestly, we probably even could have went Demolish instead of Font of Life. All this makes sense?
Yeah, it does. But normally I actually don't play this offensive. Like, I wouldn't even have thought of the way Fiddle is actually impacting the bot lane like this.
Right. So notice one little detail too before we move on is you have to play the breakpoints like really confidently. So like, for example, here, what I was saying was like, I always draw these little graphs or these little shapes to kind of indicate what I mean. So like, this represents like how aggressive we're playing, right? This is like up until like level 5 for Fiddle, we could be up in the enemy team's face, right? When we suspect that he's level 6, we just dial it in, right? So we try to get ahead early, and then once we know he's level 6, we just make sure that every move we make is very calculated. That's why when you weren't like lantern positioned and chilling, that's why I was getting anxiety, because it's like, well, now the landscape of the match has now shifted. We don't do anything until we know for certain. That's why I said, hey, if you see Fiddle top, go ahead and poke and get up in their face. Right? If you see him in mid, get up in his face. Early though, what's his gank going to consist of really? Well, he's just going to kind of run at you guys and go for a feared, like it's like a fear drain. But I mean, look what your champion does. And I think you'd realize pretty quickly that him going for a gank down here is very risky. Very risky. Not good. Because if he goes near you and you hook him, he's just feeding double buffs now. Right? He's not getting out. He just dies. That's why it's very, very important for him to just kind of avoid you early. And if he is going to gank you, you would have to have a good skirmishing 2v2 bot lane, which I don't believe for a second that LeBlanc and Vayne are going to hold up versus Draven Thresh. So if you had like, I don't know, if there was like a Nautilus on the other team and you had like a Neela or something or a Samira, this might be sus to like push into it like this, like a crazy person. You just need to recognize when you've got these like free real estate lanes, because after 6 across the board, it gets harder. Fiddle can gank, Vayne can all in, Zed can roam, lots of shit can happen in this comp. And that's kind of why we play it the way we play it. Make sense?